Alright, so we're gonna try and make this quick. Maybe make the entire lift quick. We'll see. Just depends on what goes on. But I'm already partially down on battery, so I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be able to do a post-lift car talk. Honestly, I'm probably just like out of safety, I guess, or just out of caution, just probably not going to. So I'll end the video at the post down. But anyway, so my brain blanked out. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, so I recorded a full day of eating today. Like I finally did what I said I was gonna do. So I finally got that done. Have all the clips and everything. And then I started recording my leg day warm up. I've added stuff. So basically the premise of each warm up, kind of going off on a tangent here, but it also applies to what I'm talking about. So anyway, basically the way that I do my warm ups is like joints and whatnot first. And any sort of stretching, well, stretching first, definitely. Yeah, stretching first. I don't do any more foam rolling. That was only when I had my like back injury situation or whatever. It was some sort of like, it wasn't my injury, but it was some sort of pain that I was feeling. I was like, what the hell, dude? Actually, no. It was when I was squatting and my lats started hurting really bad. That's alright. To me, I'm going to classify that as an injury. Well, I don't know. Anyway, basically, whenever that thing happened, that was really the only time I've ever like foam rolled. But if something, I mean, I'll admit though, if something was like sore, or maybe slightly, well, I don't know about tender, but if something was like sore before a workout, then yeah, I'd probably foam roll, and then stretch and then warm up. But anyway, I'd say I probably do my foam rolling first if I ever do it. But anyway, so stretching of any sort first, then warm up the joints and whatnot. So anything involving bands or you know, PVC pipe, all that stuff, right? And then I finish off with warming up the actual muscles. And yeah, so that's basically the premise of, or I guess the outline of my warm-ups. So now the thing was, I didn't really have a joint. I didn't have really any sort of stretching or like joint mobility part to my leg day. Yeah, because all I was doing was just warming up the muscles. That was really it. I wasn't doing any sort of stretching or anything. So I was like, you know what? I need to add something. So I actually found a pretty decent thing. I kind of came up with my own stuff too. So, and I might add, well, I don't know about adding more stuff to the other. No, I'm good. Honestly, I would say legs are kind of more complex, so they require more like different stretches and whatnot compared to doing upper body and stuff. So anyway, actually, yeah, that kind of makes a lot of sense when I think about it now. Interesting. Anyway, I have a lot to learn, so yeah, needless to say, I have a lot to learn about the body in general, which is exactly why I'm planning on becoming a physical therapist. So, you know, gonna learn about it eventually, either way. And by either way, I mean through like bodybuilding or through education. Anyway, I went off on a note there, side tangent. Anyway, so, but yeah, so I started doing this new warm-up, and then I looked at my camera battery. It's half gone. I'm like, frick. So basically what I've decided to do is just record the leg day warm-ups, because I do two different things, or, well, I don't want to say I do two different things. There's some stuff I do on one day, and then there's some stuff I do on the other day. So it's like, you know. Anyway. But yeah. So it's most of it is the same stuff, for the most part. But anyway, so basically I decided I'm just going to do the leg day warm-ups tomorrow, before I do my posing practice. My last posing practice, come to think of it. Wait. Sec. See, I'm still in that same mindset of like thinking that, never mind. Last posing practice is next week. I'm thinking something, but it's not right. That's all I know. Anyway. So yeah, basically that's the plan, is do the leg day warm-ups tomorrow. But I also found a video of this other like leg day mobility routine, and can't lie, I kind of like it. I tried it after doing all my own like stretches and stuff and whatnot, and I was like, I like this. This is nice. So, anyway, yeah, so that's the plan as far as tomorrow goes. But anyway, plan for a day. So, still starting off with hip thrusts, but you'll see what changed as the workout progresses. So, anyway, yeah, other than that, let's do a few warm-up sets, work up to the working weight, and then go crazy. gonna try and make this quick. Because my Camry's about, my Camry, what the hell? I don't drive a Camry, I'll tell you that. Anyway, camera's about to die. So, overall, great leg day. Called it early. So, basically only 2 movements that would have been left would have been pendulum squat and single leg extension. But my knee was feeling kind of tender. So, and I forgot what specifically like just made it feel that way, but I don't know, it just started feeling tender. So I was like, probably not gonna do pendulum squat. So I went and did a set of single leg extensions just to see how it would feel. And it was, let's just say I was feeling my knee. So my left knee to be specific, but that's why my quads look like not, well, that's why my quads look more vascular than normal on leg days, because they're not pumped really. So yeah, that's that. But the separation though is honestly insane between the different heads of the quad. And I mean, even the separation between hamstring and quad is insane too. But I was kind of curious about, you know, glute striations, but as far as I'm concerned, they're there. That's kind of cool. I mean, I've never seen that on my frame before, so that's why it's cool to me. Even though it's like kind of weird that I'm, you know, looking at my ass and being like, oh yeah, that's cool. But I mean, I've never really paid attention to it before. So, anyway. But hey, it's kind of cool. So, sometimes I swear it's the mirror, and other times I actually wonder if I'm like just genuinely looking like that. But as of right now, my quads just look kind of beefy. So I don't know. Anyway, I can't start speaking about beef because then my brain is gonna link beef to burger, and then I'm gonna want a burger. So I gotta say, out of everything, that's probably been the like one thing I've been craving the most is a nice burger and fries. So needless to say, that's what I'm getting like right after the competition. But yeah, so and I'll save that for later. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go home now. Obviously not going to do a post-lift car talk, so any second now my camera should die. But yeah, so as far as tomorrow goes, tomorrow's going to be my normal posing practice, except I'm going to do more of an in-depth version of all my warm-ups and post those to the YouTube and not to the social media. So that way, when I do, because what I did was I just recorded like me doing the movements, not me talking to them. I did that as like an action of, anyway, of me like warming up for my push day and pull day, and anyway. So I'm gonna do a voiceover on the things I post to the Instagram and TikTok, and then I'm gonna say during it, if you want an more in-depth version of my warm-ups, go check out my YouTube.